Hello, friends. This is Tosif, and I am back with a live stream. It feels like it's been a while since I've done a live stream, and that's because I had a lot of other things going on, and so I'll be sharing more about that. Terry is here. Terry writes, just got home from local pub visiting cousins, South Dakota living. That's wonderful, Terry. I hope you had a great time with your cousins. And yeah, I mean, now is the time. The weather's getting better. Well, I can't say the weather's getting really, really good because we just had very, very strong thunderstorms yesterday. I mean, I was getting emergency alerts on my phone. That's how serious things were. Tornado alerts, thunderstorm alerts, so on and so forth. But anyway, I am back and I'll share with you more about what I was doing the last several days, what kept me busy, what prevented me from doing live stream. So I'll be sharing all of that. But before I get into the discussion, I just want to encourage you to participate in the live chat window. Look at my friend Terry. She participates in the live chat window. And oh, I see more people have joined. Please, as you are joining, write which state, which city you are from. If you are from outside the United States, please feel free to share what country you're tuning in from. And these are things I say at the start of all my live streams because I want to make sure that any new visitor understands that I always encourage you to share who you are, where you're from, okay? That makes this community stronger. By community, I mean the people who are tuning in for the live chat and myself. We are all sort of part of a community of freedom-loving people, okay? And it's not just me sharing my thoughts. I want to hear from you. I want to find out what your opinions are about a wide variety of policy issues and current affairs. So please participate in the live chat. So Terry, I hope you had a great time with your friends at the local pub. Hope everything went well. And I have something very interesting that I want to discuss today. Obviously, I think you can figure that out by looking at the question that I have written in the title. Will Nikki Haley vote for Donald Trump? Oh my God. Interesting question, right? Terry writes, it was Wiener Wednesday. Okay. Wiener Wednesday at the local pub. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to wait for maybe another minute. And in the meantime, please participate in the live chat window. Share where you're from. And you know what I'm also going to do here in the live chat? I will write my website address. Okay. See, I just wrote that. And so please, if you want to check out my website, do that. Okay? All right, my friends, let me get into the discussion here. Will Nikki Haley vote for Donald Trump? Okay, so up until this point, I think it was just it would just have been a wild guess. All right, let's say yesterday I asked you that question. Will Nikki Haley vote for Donald Trump? And you could have said yes, you could have said no, and there was no way to know what the right answer would be. But today we know what the right answer is, and I am so very happy. I'm very happy to see this news update, which I'm sure some of you may have seen, and I know Terry saw it because she texted me a link to this news update. So Terry, thank you for doing that. Um, And it was awesome because there were news alerts. There were news alerts because this is obviously breaking news that Nikki Haley has finally said that she will vote for Donald Trump. Oh my God. As the younger generation likes to say, OMG. That's what I'm gonna say. It's really, I mean, this is OMG. Okay? Uh so Terry. Terry wrote, she sounds like she's running for Secretary of State. Okay. Well, Nikki Haley had an excellent position when Trump was in office. With Trump in office, Nikki Haley was the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. That's a very, very important position. And so my friend Terry is suggesting that Nikki Haley may be running for Secretary of State. I don't know. I think Trump's going to be very, very, I don't know what the right word is, but he's going to be analyzing each and every detail very carefully before picking somebody for a cabinet position. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, and so is Haley going to be Secretary of State? I don't know. Okay, so let me just share with you something that I have said before numerous times, I think. Okay, so when Nikki Haley was running for president, when she was in the race, I was saying that she should drop out. I said that numerous times, and I said that over and over again, and I repeated that. I repeated it in front of people during live stream many, many times. You can revisit the old live streams and you can see what I said. You can fact check me. You can verify what I'm saying is true. I said on numerous occasions, I said that Nikki Haley should drop out and should endorse Trump. I've said that. Now, Nikki Haley did drop out. But Nikki Haley, up until this point, Nikki Haley did not endorse President Trump. And so, for a while, there was this big question mark. I mean, try to remember what happened. Prague is here. Prague, thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. Prague writes, she said she would vote for him. Why wouldn't she? Okay. No, Prague, that's really my question too. Why wouldn't she? And that's what I was thinking about all these weeks. Because after Nikki Haley dropped out, Nikki Haley really didn't endorse Trump, did not show any support for Trump. She just kind of went silent. And so obviously the question is, if you are a Republican, why wouldn't you vote for Trump, right? So Prague, I agree with what you're saying. She said she would vote for him. Why wouldn't she? But for a long time, Nikki Haley was silent. Nikki Haley didn't say anything. Nikki Haley didn't come out and say, you know what, I'm going to vote for Trump. I support Trump. I'm going to endorse. She didn't say all that. Finally, she said that she will vote for Trump, but it took her a while. And so anyway, remember what happened. There were multiple individuals running for president, and then, one after another, people dropped out. Not in the order, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying in a chronological order, but, Tim Scott dropped out, and then Ramaswamy dropped out, and, Chris Christie dropped out, and Asa Hutchinson dropped out, and, there were other people who dropped out, and, the thing about Nikki Haley was that she continued on for a really, really long time. Even after losing South Carolina, which is her home state, she continued to be in the race. Even when it seemed that there's no way for her to win, she still continued. And remember, Americans for Prosperity, they withdrew their financial support from Nikki Haley. I mean, AFP, by the way, I absolutely love that organization. AFP, excellent people. They endorsed Nikki Haley. I endorsed Trump, but it doesn't change the fact that AFP is just an excellent organization. I know people at Americans for Prosperity, really great freedom loving Americans. They are fighting for limited government and to ensure that there's more freedom in society. They are promoting policy making. Great people. Okay, Americans for Prosperity. So when they withdrew their support for Nikki Haley, I was actually pretty happy. I was happy because I wanted Nikki Haley to basically drop out. But at the same time, I acknowledged over and over again, I kept saying that Nikki Haley is an extremely smart woman. She is a very accomplished individual. She's a prominent political figure, and she's very, very successful. So I fully acknowledge and I give full credit to Nikki Haley for all her success, for all her accomplishments, for all her achievements. But I kept saying, Nikki Haley, 2024 is not the year for you to run for president. It's Donald Trump's year. So that's what I said. Okay? I did not oppose Nikki Haley. I opposed her race for the White House. She can run again in 2028, which I think would be awesome. And she'll do great, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I kept saying that Nikki Haley should drop out, and finally she did drop out. And I would have liked to see her standing on stage right after dropping out, standing on a stage endorsing Trump. She did not do that. And Prague is writing, it was a natural cooling off period. Prague, I understand. I understand after such an intense campaign season, once a candidate drops out, that candidate needs some time to relax and to organize one's thoughts, right? Because it's exhausting. It's exhausting running for office, and running for president, even more exhausting. I understand that. So anyway, but I always said, and I always acknowledged, and you can go and watch my old videos. I said that Nikki Haley, she was the governor of South Carolina. She was the U.S. ambassador to the UN. She is highly successful. She's smart. She is intelligent. And she has a great political future. I said all that. Now, after Nikki Haley dropped out, I said something which I think shocked a lot of people who watch my channel. I said, after careful analysis, after very, very careful analysis, I said that Trump should pick Nikki Haley for vice president. I mean, when I said that, a lot of people were shocked because they thought that I opposed Nikki Haley. And so, why was I saying that Trump should pick Nikki Haley for VP? Because that's what I believe. I said that Nikki Haley should not run for president in 2024, but I didn't say that she couldn't be on the ticket. And so after careful analysis, I made the decision, and this is just my opinion, and you can disagree with me, and some people do in fact disagree with me. I said that she will be the best candidate for VP. And I know that Trump and Nikki Haley, throughout this campaign season, they basically were rivals, and it seemed that they are strongly opposing each other. And so the question was, and still is, are they going to be able to work together? And I can point out that they did work together. When Trump was president, Nikki Haley was the US ambassador to the UN. They did work together. They did work on issues. And so if they could have done it in the past, why can't they do it again? I understand that this presidential cycle was very heated, but think about it. Nikki Haley will be an excellent candidate for VP. And my friend Terry writes, Trump said he's not picking her for VP. Terry, Trump did say that he's not considering Nikki Haley for VP. But this is politics. A lot can change in a day. I mean, just go back to yesterday. Go back to yesterday evening. Okay? I mean, in 24 hours, so much has changed. We now have the breaking news that Nikki Haley says she's voting for Trump. She could have remained silent. She could have remained silent. Prague said that it's a natural cooling off period. She could have extended this cooling off period. She could have remained completely silent going into election day. No one was forcing her to say anything. No one. I mean, it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory that she would have to say who she's voting for, right? I mean, people would probably be assuming that is she going to vote for Trump or is she writing in someone else's name? You know, she could have just stayed silent. She did not. She came out and she said that she is going to vote for Trump. And this is breaking news. So when Trump said some days ago that Nikki Haley is not under consideration for VP, that can also change. That can also change. This is politics. And in the presidential, race, nothing is written in stone. It can change. Terry writes, you just love Nikki. You know, let me tell you, she is my number one candidate for VP. Nikki Haley is my number one candidate for VP. Okay, Terry? So I'm just going to answer. I'm just going to address your comment there. She is my number one candidate for VP. Even when Trump says that Trump is not considering her, I think that can change. That can change. Prague writes, Nikki is neocon and a war hawk. She is the establishment, but Prague, let me just tell you, there are many voters out there. There are many voters out there including in Wisconsin, which is a battleground state. Voters who are Republicans, but for whatever reason, they are not going to vote for Trump. Nikki Haley got a tremendous number of votes in Wisconsin during the presidential preference vote. She got a tremendous number of votes, okay? And I've discussed those numbers in great details in previous live streams, okay? So let me just say, a tremendous number of voters voted for Nikki Haley in Wisconsin, okay? And I am afraid that if that trend continues into election day, then Trump may end up losing Wisconsin. And I want to see Trump win Wisconsin. I want to see Trump win Pennsylvania. I want to see Trump win Michigan and Arizona and Nevada and all the other states, okay? And that's why I say that take those voters seriously. There are Nikki Haley voters, people who will not vote for Trump. But that doesn't mean they're not Republicans. They are Republicans, but for whatever reason, they don't like Trump. It doesn't make sense to me because I think if you are a Republican, if you want limited government, if you want more freedom, if you want a stronger military, if you want our relationship with our international allies to be strong, if you want a strong economy, if you want inflation to be reduced, if you want a strong supply chain, if you want a safe and secure America, if you are a freedom-loving American, if you are a Republican, then you vote for Trump. But there are Republicans out there who don't want to vote for Trump, and you know what? Uh, it's been years, and I'm not gonna try to figure out why they won't vote for Trump. I just take it as a given. But I want to come up with a strategy to make those never Trump Republicans vote for Trump. And how do you do that? You do that by picking Nikki Haley for VP. Terry writes, after Trump, will GOP want Nikki as their next president? Well, Terry, let's not go into that discussion just yet, okay? Let's not go into that discussion. Let's focus on 2024. You're thinking ahead, you're thinking 2028. Let's think about 2024 for now. So let me just say that if Trump and Nikki Haley appear on the presidential ticket together, then we have a real chance of winning. We have a real opportunity to win, especially in a state like Wisconsin. So I'm gonna pause for a second. So Prague wrote, Trump being a nominee wasn't even a question. Yeah, a lot of us knew from the very beginning that Trump would be the nominee. He's the presumptive nominee, and I love Trump. I support Trump. Where's my Trump hat? Where's my Trump hat? Oh, I think I left it in the other room. Okay, I don't have my Trump hat with me, but I have a Trump hat. It says "Make America Great Again," because that's what I want to do. I want to help make America great again. So we have to support Trump. And so, my friends, I think that Nikki Haley and Donald Trump should appear on the same ticket together. And Donald Trump, originally, he's a businessman. He understands negotiation. He understands the importance of finding common ground. He understands, he understands how to make things happen. And so, even if Trump said that he's not considering Haley for VP, that can change. That can change. And maybe over the next couple of weeks, maybe we'll find that Trump is going to develop a more favorable view of Nikki Haley. That may happen. And I think from Nikki Haley's end, this is a step in the right direction. It's a huge step in the right direction to actually make a statement and to say that she will vote for Trump. My friends, I'm going to pause for a little bit. And Prague, thank you for participating in the live chat. Terry, thank you for participating in the live chat. I want to find out if there are others who have tuned in, but perhaps they are not participating in the live chat. If you are here and you're not saying anything in the live chat, please say hello. Just write hello, that's all. Or just write hi. Or just put a smiley face. Or just put some kind of an emoticon or an emoji, whatever. Let me write my email address here, okay? tossif@tossifanam.net. That's my email address. And so feel free to email me. By the way, Prague, you commented on some of my YouTube shorts regarding food. I think it was a chicken biryani, and then it was the shredded potato. I think I missed responding to maybe one or two of your comments. That's because I was doing a lot of traveling, and so that's also another reason why I was not able to continue doing live streams. I try to do live streams every day. But anyway, Prague, I'm so sorry that I missed responding to some of your comments. I will go back and respond to those comments. I most certainly will do so. So Thank you for being patient. I appreciate that. And thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for watching my videos and my YouTube shorts. I really appreciate that. And yeah, Prague, you're right. Prague is writing, not everyone wants to toss if some people just watch. Yeah, no, I understand. I understand some people just watch. They don't want to participate in the live chat window, and that is perfectly fine. I have friends who tell me that they watch my live streams, but they don't participate in the live chat, and I understand people have different preferences, and sometimes people are, maybe they have the live stream playing on their phone or their computer or tablet, and maybe they are doing something else and just listening to my live stream as radio. Maybe they are not even looking at the screen. Maybe they're just listening and doing other things at the same time, multitasking. And so, no, I get it. I just appreciate whether you participate in the live chat or not. That's okay. I appreciate you all tuning in. And I know a lot of people, if they are not able to tune in during the live stream, they watch the live stream, replays afterwards. So, whatever you do, I appreciate you supporting my channel. So, thank you for that. Prague writes, I've been learning more Indian cooking. Appreciate it. Now, Prague, I have a question. Are you like, do you have South Asian origin? I'm just curious because you commented on some of my videos. You mentioned about biryani. That I think you wrote something like that you enjoyed having biryani. So I don't know where you're writing from, Prague. Please remind me. You may be in the U.S., but do you have any connection to Asia? Are you originally from there, or your family, or I don't know. Well, whatever you want to share, you don't have to. But if you want to share a little bit about yourself, feel free to do that, Prague. All right. So yeah, let me just tell you what kept me very busy the last few weeks. Okay. So I think many of you know that I was sick for a little bit. Um, Prague writes, I'm a New Yorker who moved to Pennsylvania. Okay, all right. Okay, well, so you are on the eastern part of the country. Okay. Yeah, if you are in New York, if you are in Pennsylvania, I know that those states have a lot of diverse those states have a lot of diversity when it comes to restaurants and what kind of food is available. Lots of Indian restaurants, Bangladeshi restaurants, Pakistani restaurants, Middle Eastern restaurants, restaurants offering food from different parts of the world, different cultures. So I know New York in particular, New York City has everything, everything. Um, okay, so Prague writes, nothing compares to New York though for that. Yeah, New York, really. I mean, if you want to have uh, dishes, if you want to enjoy cuisines from all over the world, New York is really the place to be. New York and Chicago and LA, but really New York is number one for that. I mean, there are many great things about New York. I just want the state to be in good hands, right? I just want a good governor for New York. I just want a good mayor for New York City. So, my last live stream before this was on what was the date? Let me just see. Was on May 14th. Was on May 14th. And so let me just tell you what's been going on. So towards the end of April, towards the beginning of May, around that time, towards the end of April, I was sick. Towards the beginning of May, I recovered. And then on May 4th, I gave a speech. I delivered a speech at the Lincoln Day dinner organized by the Door County Republican Party here in Northeast Wisconsin. And after that, on May 9th, I was busy because I was delivering a presentation on immigration at a meeting of the Republican Party of Iowa County in southern Wisconsin. And then my last live stream before this was on May 14th. Now, why was I not able to do a live stream after that? Let me tell you. On May 17th, my mother and we traveled from Madison, Wisconsin to Appleton, Wisconsin. And Appleton is a beautiful city in northeast Wisconsin. The reason why we traveled to Appleton is because the Republican Party of Wisconsin's annual convention took place over the weekend. Okay? So on May 17th, my mom and we are both delegates from Dane County. Dane County is the county we live in. So we're both delegates from Dane County. So we traveled to Appleton, Wisconsin on Friday, May 17th. And after arrival, we checked into the convention, and then we attended events. We met with so the convention is really special. This is the Republican Party of Wisconsin state convention that takes place every year. It's such a special occasion because we have so many Republican friends all over the state, in every county, all over the state. And at the convention, it's an opportunity to meet up with and to reconnect with and to shake hands with and to hug and to spend time with our Republican friends from all over the state under one roof, right? Because delegates and guests and Republican volunteers and activists and strategists from all over Wisconsin, they come to the convention. And every year the convention is held in a different place. So in 2022 it was held in Middleton, Wisconsin. In 2023 it was held in the La Crosse area in western Wisconsin. And this year it was held in northeast Wisconsin in Appleton. So anyway, my mother and on Friday the 17th, we traveled to Appleton. It was a nice drive, and then we checked in to the hotel. We checked in to the convention, and then we met up with our friends. And then we met with a lot of leaders. On Friday night, there was a hospitality suite that was hosted by Eric Hovde, who is running for U.S. Senate. He is the Republican candidate for U.S. Senate, and he's running to defeat incumbent Democrat Senator Tammy Baldwin, who's running for re-election. So Eric Hovde had a hospitality suite. We spent time over there. We talked with Eric Hovde, and we met with other leaders who were there. We had a great time. And then Saturday, that was the official convention day. So there was convention speeches on the floor. There was the congressional delegation from Wisconsin was up on stage and discussing different issues of importance. And then, state legislators also had a discussion, and people gave speeches. And also we had Congressman Byron Donalds from the wonderful state of Florida, came to Wisconsin as a special guest and spoke at the convention. And so it was just wonderful to hear from Congressman Donalds. And let me tell you, as you may already know this, that he is a possible VP candidate. So Byron Donalds being in Wisconsin, it really energized people. There were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on the convention floor, not just delegates, but also guests, just other people. And so I actually have posted a whole bunch of pictures from the convention on my Facebook page, on my personal page. I've also shared the post on my public Facebook page, so you can go check it out. Just Look for me, Tosif Anam, find me, and you can check out the pictures. Um, Congressman Glenn Grothman was there. Congressman Derek Van Orden was there. Congressman Brian Stile was there. Congressman Tom Tiffany was there. Senator Ron Johnson. Terry is asking about Senator Ron Johnson. Senator Ron Johnson gave a speech that was really wonderful. And you know, our Republican, you know, the Republicans in our state, the freedom-loving Americans, they are so proud. They are so proud of our leaders. We have excellent leaders. You know, each and every member of our congressional delegation, okay, our U.S. senator and our Republican U.S. senator and our Republican members of the House of Representatives, they are all very, very hardworking, freedom-loving Americans, and they are so wonderful. So the Republicans in Wisconsin were very proud of our elected officials, okay, our Republican elected officials at the federal level and also at the state level. We have great state senators and great state representatives, and so it was a great event. And actually, if you want to watch the entire like the convention from start to finish, all the speeches, all the discussion, everything that happened on stage, you can go to Wisconsin I as in like EYE, Wisconsin and you can actually search for the convention, the Republican Party of Wisconsin convention video, and you can watch. I mean, it's several hours long. You can watch the entire video from start to finish. You can listen to all the speeches and everything. So do that if you want to. Badger Den is here. Welcome, Badger Den. Welcome. Badger Den writes, Donalds could also be governor of Florida when DeSantis cannot run anymore. Badger Den, such a wonderful idea, right? Byron Donalds would be a great governor, I think. Although, I have seen some news reports that, and I don't know how accurate those news reports are. At this point, I think people are just speculating, but I think there are people who are wondering if the First Lady of Florida will run for governor. And I'm talking about Mrs. DeSantis. I'm talking about Ron DeSantis' wife. Okay? Will Mrs. DeSantis run for the governor of Florida? I mean, people are thinking about it. I think she's a very you know, well-liked individual. People like her. People like Mrs. DeSantis, and she has a very nice presence whenever she is, you know, she's with the governor. She's out in public, and you know, I think Ron DeSantis and Mrs. DeSantis, they look very well together. They are a wonderful couple. And so after Ron DeSantis can't run for governor anymore because he's term limited, in Florida there's term limit. So will Mrs. DeSantis run for governor? That's a question. But I agree, Byron Donalds would be a great governor if he runs. So, Badger Den, my friend Terry has a great question for you. She's asking if you're going to the Bronx rally. That's another amazing thing. That's another amazing thing that's coming up. Trump's rally in the Bronx. I mean, that's going to be amazing. But let me go back to the convention. Let me go back to the discussion of the Republican Party of Wisconsin convention. So May 17th, my mom and I, we drove to Appleton. We checked in for the convention. We attended the hospitality suite that was hosted by Republican Senate candidate Eric Hovde. And then next day, there was the convention, the official convention. And also, there were votes to choose the RNC committee man and committee woman. Okay, so those were two very important votes that took place. The delegates elected a new RNC committee man So the Republican National Committee man from Wisconsin and a committee woman. So that was important. And also right outside the convention floor. So you've got the convention floor, and right outside there, in a big open area, there were many booths set up by different organizations. So Americans for Prosperity had a booth. The Republican Women of Waukesha County, I think they had a booth. Um, what else? Some of the candidates who are running for different offices, they also had booths. Um, and then I think there was a booth for Moms for Liberty. I think if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, I've got pictures. So different organizations and candidates had booths set up. So they had their brochures and flyers and different things, and so people could just walk and talk to the different representatives at the different booths. Um, Terry is writing. Did convention have any protesters? Terry, I didn't see any protesters. Um, I don't know if there were protesters outside the building. I don't know. But if there would have been any kind of a major protest, I would definitely know about it. Uh, but because I don't know about it, I'm guessing there were no protesters, or maybe a few protesters. Just I don't know. Um, I really don't know. I haven't heard anything. So anyway, I mean the convention went on very smoothly. So the day of the convention, after the convention ended, we also attended a lunch program. So right after the morning session of the convention, there was a lunch event, an event that honors the different county party chairmen. So we attended that luncheon, and then the afternoon session was also important. And then in the evening, there was another hospitality suite, and this was hosted by the congressional delegation, the Republican congressional delegation from Wisconsin. So we had a great time over there. Um, and like I said, I can't go through the whole list. I can't talk about all the details, but I can tell you, in short, one thing: the state convention is really the opportunity, the wonderful opportunity to meet up with Republican friends from all over the state and to connect with Republican elected officials representing different districts at the federal level, at the state level, and to meet up with different candidates. So, like, for example, here in the second congressional district where I live, this is a very blue district. It's a very Democrat heavy district. So, the incumbent congressperson from the second district is a Democrat, but there are two Republicans who are running. So there's going to be a primary, and out of the two Republican candidates who are running in the second congressional district, out of the two of them, one is going to win the primary, go on to the general election, right? Um, so those two candidates were also there at the convention. They were collecting nomination signatures, and so anyway, lots of candidates, lots of incumbent elected officials, lots of former elected officials, and just what a wonderful time. So Saturday was the official convention day. And then the luncheon, and then the hospitality suite, and then on Sunday, my mom and I we left Appleton and we drove back to Madison. And so, really awesome event, really awesome event, and just check out the pictures on Facebook. Search for Tosifanam. Just type my name, go to my public page. I have between 5,000 and 6,000 followers on my Facebook page, so you can find it easily. Go and check out the pictures that I posted, and also I have some video clips, so I may even publish a video just showing different clips. I haven't done that yet, but I may be doing that soon. Awesome event overall, wonderful. So that's what really kept me busy. which is why I was not able to do a live stream. And so now I'm back. So it's good to be back. It's been a while. I've missed doing a live stream for the last 8 days or so, over a week, but I'm back now. Um, so Badgerden writes, the Bronx is far from me. So Badgerden, um, that means you're probably not attending the Trump rally. That's okay. We can all watch on TV, no problem. Um, okay, so we're talking about AOC too in the chat window. I see that. Hey, listen, Trump doing a rally in New York, it's really awesome. It is wonderful. And you know, I always keep saying, having been in politics for so many years, this was actually the 11th consecutive convention for my mother and I. Both me and my mom, we attended our first Republican Party of Wisconsin's state convention in 2014, and this is 2024. So this is our 11th convention. We have attended each and every convention from 2014 up until now. Excuse me. So that's why, I say, having been in politics for so many years, I can tell you one thing. We can never take things for granted. We can never guarantee that this will be the outcome or that will be the outcome. Everything can change in a matter of hours, in a matter of a day or a few days or weeks. And that's why I say that as much as Trump said he's not considering Nikki Haley for VP, I think that may also change. Now, like I said, I cannot guarantee anything, but I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if Trump comes out and says that he's picking Nikki Haley for VP. That may happen. Now, I'm also not saying that Nikki Haley is truly going to be the best candidate. I think, from a practical standpoint, that Nikki Haley will be the best candidate because if she's on the ticket, then all her supporters are likely going to be voting for the ticket, which will help Trump win in November, especially when you look at a state like Wisconsin, a battleground state, where there are many Nikki Haley supporters. So, my friends, that's why I think that Trump should pick Nikki Haley. And even if he said that he's not going to pick Nikki Haley, that may change. But obviously, there's no guarantee. And what if he picks Byron Donalds and then the two of them go on to win in November? I think that'll be awesome. Whatever works. See, I am just one person, and I'm trying to stay informed. I'm trying to be vocal. I'm trying to be open and transparent, which is why I'm just sharing with you my views, my guesses, my predictions. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's fine. There's no shame. If I'm wrong and Trump picks someone else and Trump wins, that's awesome. I want Trump to win. And my strategy would be to pick Nikki Haley. If Trump asks me who he should pick, I would say pick Nikki Haley. I understand the two of them have different views on a lot of things, but, opposites can work together, and that's fine. They have worked together in the past. They can do it again. But if it's Byron Donalds, if it's Kristi Noem, I'll be very happy. If it's Ellis Stefanik, I'll be very happy. If it's Tim Scott, I'll be very happy. If it's Ron DeSantis, I'll be very happy. As long as Trump wins, that's what matters. That's what matters. As long as Trump wins, that's what I care about. I want Trump to win in 2024. So, my friends, anyone else who has joined the live stream, who has tuned in but has not said anything in the live chat window yet, please share your thoughts, my friends. I would appreciate that. Badgerden, it's so great to see that you're here. And As I was missing, as each day went by, and I kept missing the live stream doing, I kept missing doing live stream. I felt really bad and really wanted to do the live stream, but you know what? From the convention, it was when I'm at the Republican Party of Wisconsin's convention, from the morning till night, there's so much of networking, so much of meeting up with people and having discussion and just reconnecting that by the end of the day, before going to bed, it's really not possible to do a live stream. There's really no energy left, and all you want to do is go to sleep and get up the next morning and just start the new day. So, but I'm glad to be back. I'll try to do live stream as much as I can, but I also encourage you all to please watch my videos. I of course do these live stream, but I also publish a lot of videos, which are podcast episodes, the video versions, as well as just regular videos on different things, different current issues. But hey, I am so happy today that Nikki Haley is going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm just really very happy. So with that, my friends, I'm going to be wrapping up this live stream soon, unless you have more things you want to discuss. Badger Den is writing that he wants to donate to a Republican candidate's campaign. You're saying, is it Tina Fort or Tina Forte? Tina Fort? Is it how? I don't know how it's pronounced. Yeah, well, so Tina Fort is running against AOC, right? Yeah, AOC. Uh, okay. I will, Badgerden, now that you've mentioned that name, I will be paying close attention to that race. It will be an interesting race, I can tell. So I will be paying close attention to that. So thank you for bringing that to my attention, Badgerden. I appreciate it so very much. Okay, let's see. I don't see any other comments from anyone else, which probably means we're at the end of the discussion for today. Is it? Badgerden writes, "We need a Tina Fort in my district." Badgerden, who's your congressperson? Who's your congressperson? I'm just curious. Let me know, Badgerden. I think you might have mentioned that. I can't remember. All right, I'll wait for Badgerden to respond to that. I'm curious to know who your member of Congress is. Obviously, at the federal level, at the Senate level, you've got two Democrat U.S. senators, Kirsten Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer, both Democrats. But who's your congressman or congresswoman? Mm. All right, I'm gonna wait for Badgerden to respond. All right, Terry, who's your so South Dakota? Let's see, South Dakota congressman. Okay, so so Terry, your member of Congress is Dusty Johnson, right? From South Dakota? Is it Dusty? Dusty Johnson? Yeah, Terry writes Dusty. Yep, okay. Badgerden writes, her name is Nadia Velasquez, right? I may be pronouncing the names wrong, Badgerden. I apologize. She's a Democrat. Okay, yeah. Yep. New York is such a Democrat heavy area, but that's going to change. That's going to change because I think as people see what illegal immigration is doing to the state, what kind of harmful impact illegal immigration is having on New York City, I think people are going to start leaning towards Republicans. Terry writes, we have only one. Yes, Terry, I know South Dakota only has one um, U.S. representative. All right. So, Badger Den, that means you are in New York's 7th congressional district. If Nadia is your Nadia, it's pronounced Nadia, right? Nadia. If not, Nadia is your member of Congress. All right, my friends, we're getting close to the 1 hour mark. What I'm gonna do is bring this live stream to an end today. I will be back, hopefully tomorrow. I'm really hoping tomorrow I may be able to do another live stream, depending on how my day goes. If I am outside and busy, I may not be able to do that, but I'm really hoping that tomorrow I might be able to do a live stream. So please stay connected to my channel, my friends. I appreciate it. So my friend Terry from South Dakota, thank you for being here. Badger Den, thank you as always. I appreciate your support. Prague, thank you so very much. Prague is a New Yorker. Prague writes, I'm a New Yorker who moved to Pennsylvania. So Prague from Pennsylvania, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to end this live stream here, and I'll be back again with more live stream, more content, more YouTube shorts. Check out my YouTube shorts videos, please. And tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your neighbors about my channel. Help me spread my message. Help me get more followers on this channel so that I can increase the size of this community, so that we together can grow this community and connect with more people. So please tell your friends, family members, and your neighbors about my channel. Ask them to check it out. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you all being here, and I'll be back again with more content. Thank you, and have a wonderful night, my friends. Thank you.